Guys, this place is insane. The last few days have felt like a movie. Okay, let me show you the goods. This is insane! I feel like Ratatouille.
And it's like
a show on Broadway. It's been the perfect trip. This is a simulation, this is not real. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new, I'm Steph. If you've been here before, then welcome back. I have sat down to edit this vlog and realised that I never did an intro clip. So I'm actually doing this intro clip after returning back. The video that you have to watch today is from one of the most incredible trips of my life. It was special for many reasons. One, being the first time I've ever been to New York. Two, doing some once in a lifetime experiences. But three, most importantly, I went with the most amazing group of women. I've known my best friend since I was 4 years old, since the first day of school. All of my baby pictures are with Annabelle. I just have so many beautiful memories of us growing up together, and she's just been a constant in my life for as long as I can remember. We also went with both our mums, who again, Sally is like a second mum to me. I have grown up with her being in my life, and this is our first trip outside of the UK as a four, so it was kind of like a mummy-daughter trip, and it was really, really special. They're just such a huge part of my life, and the fact that we could share these experiences with them were just incredible. And we flew out there, and the first 2 days I didn't really film. So the first day we actually went for breakfast at Tiffany's and had the most incredible morning in the Blue Box Cafe. The other girls shared an afternoon tea, which was just exquisite, and then I had a vegan option, which was just as delicious, but the setting was picture perfect. We then walked to Central Park. We went to the boating lake that was in Stuart Little. There was an accordion player. It was one of the most beautiful afternoons. It was so sunny. You had rural greenery of the park right next to the massive skyscraping buildings from the city, and it was just beautiful, and it really set the tone for the trip. It's just been the most amazing trip, and I really hope that that translates through this video. It's a holiday that I will never ever forget, so I really hope you enjoy this video, and thank you so much in advance for watching.
obviously I did cheerleading and stuff. You're going to the right one.
Thank you, please. I'm making a little movie of today.
Are you?
Because then we can remember it forever.
We're driving down the boulevard, cruising with the windows down, feeling like we run this town. Your song is on the radio, the one you always like, the one that
wow, that's so cool.
Drinking all the cheap wine all night, acting stupid but it feels so right. I know that we will all be just fine, but tonight I just wanna dance it off. Ignore the world with me tonight. Wanna dance it off. Put your body next to mine. I can't get the smile off your face.
Oh my god, what a day. So, should I talk you through what we've done? We woke up this morning and we walked down to Hudson River, and from Hudson Pier we got the ferry all the way downtown, which only took about 10-15 minutes, and from there we walked through this really cool department store, and there was a little boy playing piano and everyone crowding around him, and I felt like I was in the future. Like, the design of this store is stunning. Mum just mimed me, it's a Westfield. Not too far from Wall Street, and we walked through the Westfield, and then we ended up at the 9/11 memorial, which was really harrowing. It was something that I definitely wanted to come and see, and I think Mum and I might come and explore the museum, because I think it's such a big part of our history and something that we really want to do. And I think it's beautiful what they've done with the space to celebrate the lives of those that are no longer with us. It was moving, wasn't it? It was really moving. So then we walked from there to Wall Street, and there's like a big bull in Wall Street. I can't remember what it is, but my dad's got a replica of it on his desk. So Mum and I we queued up for about 10 minutes just to get a photo for my dad, and then as we were leaving we realised that loads of people were queuing the other side to get a picture with the balls of this bull, which was hilarious. And then from there we walked down to the pier again and got the ferry across to Brooklyn, and we walked into Brooklyn and I was like, this is where Dan Humphrey lives in Gossip Girl. We went to a beautiful restaurant which was like on a rooftop with the view of Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan Bridge. The food was incredible, the setting was incredible, and the sun came out and was shining for us. Then we walked down through Brooklyn and walked back across the Brooklyn Bridge, then got the subway to Grand Central Station, and then walked back to the apartment, where we now have about an hour to get ready before the most incredible dinner this evening. So we wanted to do a mixture of like touristy things, foodie things, celebrations, because this trip is like bang in the middle of mine and mum's birthday. So this evening we're going to a restaurant called 11 Madison. It's a Michelin star restaurant. I think it's a 3 Michelin star restaurant, and I've never been to anywhere as swanky and posh as that in my life, so I'm very excited to try the food. But it used to serve meat, dairy, eggs, the lot, and then after COVID it's come back as a vegan Michelin star restaurant. So we've got 8 courses to enjoy of probably the most sensational plant-based food I will ever have the pleasure of trying. So we're all getting dressed up, we're gonna feel like we're in Sex and the City, and then head to this once in a lifetime experience, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm gonna jump in the shower now, redo my hair and makeup, and then head out to dinner. Okay, so I'm literally the worst person ever and barely shot anything, but here is the food that we had. So this is some kind of lettuce with shisho and cucumber. It was a tostada with avocado and a baby lettuce bundle, and then that was a little cocktail that went with it. Then we had a tomburi with badger flame, beets and finger lime. There was then a bread course, but it was laminated bread, so it was literally like warm flaky pastry with a butter made out of morel mushroom. This was soba noodles with mushroom, and the broth was the best thing I've ever tasted. This was a deep fried something with plantain. This was a little hot pot with peas, brown rice, coconut. Amazing. It was like a show. They came to our table and they served asparagus with this jus, and it was all smoked, and it was, oh, amazing. Then when we couldn't even move, we got brought into the back of the kitchen to see how calm and at ease everyone was and how professional everything was. Then they offered us this palate cleanser, which was the base of a sorbet, which they literally made in front of us using dry ice. And then on top of the sorbet, they made a meringue, again using dry ice and this aerator, and they made it right in front of our eyes, poured it into the glass, and then as we ate it, it turned from a sorbet into a drink, and it just cleansed our palate whilst we were stood in the kitchen. It was insane. Then we had a dessert which literally tasted like strawberries and cream, and it tasted so like dairy. I was like, surely this is dairy, and everyone was like, no, it's not, I promise. But it was so realistic and so delicious. This also came out with some mochi, which you can see Annabelle enjoying here. Then there was a cocktail and also a pretzel course, which I didn't film because I forgot. And then I asked for a chef's hat when we were in the kitchen as a joke. No word of lie, as I was blowing out my candle and they were singing me happy birthday, they came out with the chef's hat. I was so happy, as you can see from my face. I was literally over the moon. I could not believe it. I was like, this is the perfect evening and I will never ever ever forget it. We just did not stop giggling, and then I waddled out of that restaurant, could not fit my dress before we got there, literally had to be rolled out the restaurant on the way home, and it was just the most incredible dining experience that I will never ever ever forget. Guys, I'm living in a movie. This is a simulation. This is not real. Last night was actually a joke. So there is a restaurant called 11 Madison in New York. It is a 3 Michelin star restaurant. I believe it has been voted the best plant-based vegan restaurant in the world. And I can see why. Oh my God, we walked in last night and it is this grand building. Like, it's not massive. There's like a lower level and a higher level. So there's a selection of tables, but no word of a lie, there's probably the same amount of staff needed for the amount of people they serve. They have over 100 staff, and it's like a ballet, and you walk in and it is this grand building, and it looks like it could have been an old bank. It's got super high ceilings, it's got beautiful detailing, it's so beautifully designed. And we sat at our table. I can't explain it. It just feels like I'm literally living a simulation. And I kept joking about how I wanted to come to New York and live my best Gossip Girl life, and somehow it has happened, and I just, none of this feels real. It was over 9 or 10 courses, even just like a bundle of leaves that were the most tasty bundle of leaves I've ever had. But every course that came out was better than the one before and more flavourful than the one before, and there was a story to go with it, and there was a different chef that brought it out. So we'd eaten our way through, 7 or 8 courses, and then they came in and they were like, we'd like to invite you into the kitchen. And we were like, what? They're like, we want to offer you a palate cleanser, show you our kitchen, and also explain a little bit more about what we do here. So we were like, oh my God, okay. So we walked back. So there's 25 people that help prep in the morning, 25 people that help in the evening, and then like 40 staff. I've watched Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, right, where he's screaming abuse at all of his staff. There was barely a word spoken, and they said we like to keep a really quiet and calm kitchen. Everyone knows their area of expertise and they crack on with that, and everyone knows their position in this performance. And I was like, it is literally a well-oiled machine that is like a ballet. It was so incredible to watch. Even the wait staff navigating around each other, and like the way they'd step to the left of us, lay down the plate all at the same time, or clear away the plate all at the same time. Anyway, so we were in the kitchen, and then I made a joke saying that it was my birthday and like, do I get to wear a chef's hat and stuff. Got photos in the kitchen, which was just so surreal. And then they came out with our final course, which was dessert, and I had a little candle stuck on my plate. It was really, really cute. And then as I was about to blow out the candle, they were like, here's your chef's hat, and they'd personalised me a chef's hat with happy birthday. Let me go get it. I was so happy. Look, I feel like Ratatouille. It was so much fun. Oh my god, look, it says happy birthday on it with the restaurant logo, so obviously I'm taking that home with me. And it was just amazing. Oh, I'm just in awe of how it worked, how amazing the food was. Like, it's all grown really close by, upstate. They have like one farm that provides all of the food for them. Just incredible. It's honestly an evening that I will never, ever, ever forget. I just feel so grateful. And the view, like the view in front of me right now is just a joke. Look at this. Just a view of the New York skyline. It's just, how am I here? It's a bit gloomy tomorrow. I believe it's supposed to be raining. So today we are making the most of the sunshine, and there's a few more bits of exploring that we really want to do, like Times Square and all of the touristy things that we haven't had a chance to do yet. So I'm gonna have some breakfast. Oh, the restaurant last night ran after us and they gave us granola to enjoy. So I'm gonna have some of that now. And then this evening we're going to watch Cabaret, which is an incredible musical anyway, but Eddie Redmayne is starring in it. There's like an immersive theatre experience. And then we'll be watching a show on Broadway. And I'm just so grateful to be here. This place is insane. We had such a gorgeous day. We've done like 20,000 steps a day, literally, just because we're just mooching around and getting lost and exploring. So yesterday we walked all down Hudson River. All of the piers have been repurposed and rebuilt, and there's one that has been made into like a food hall. So there's like loads of different food huts. So we went there, we grabbed some food, went to the rooftop to eat it, and that was gorgeous. And then we walked down, and now there's a man-made park. So basically this woman, designer, and her billionaire husband have donated a park to New York, and they've built it, and that's what you saw that was kind of on stilts in these what look like, I can't explain it. They kind of look like ice cream cones. They're not ice cream cones, but it basically builds this beautiful park that's got lots of walkways around it and art installations and areas to sit and amphitheatres and all these crazy things. So we walked around there in the sunshine, and that was amazing. And then we walked home, and then we got ready and we went to see Eddie Redmayne in Cabaret. Now, we weren't allowed to film anything, and I'm so gutted that I didn't try and sneak anything because it was the most surreal experience. So they've made this immersive theatre where you turn up, and it's called the Kit Kat Club, just like the name of the club in the show itself. And you arrive and you all walk in. You've got a sticker put over your phone camera so you could not film a thing, and we were told that if we filmed anything we'd be kicked out. And then there were all people that worked in the club, kind of, obviously there were stage actors and dancers and performers and stuff all hanging around. And then out of nowhere a flash mob started, and suddenly there were all of these performers dancing to this incredible music, and that was kind of our welcome into the theatre. Now, we've not even gone into the theatre yet. This is just like the bar areas outside of the auditorium. And then we walked upstairs again. We'd booked in to go to this pineapple room where we had charcuterie boards. They made me like a massive whipped hummus with falafel and a fruit platter, and it was amazing. And we just sat there and chilled for a bit before the show started, and then we went down into the theatre, and they'd made the theatre into a round. So usually where the orchestra pit is was where they'd put additional seating, and then there was just a round stage in the middle. And the whole time, the whole experience, like they've painted all the walls to look like the Kit Kat Club, and there's different murals and signatures. Like, there's still a bit of a stamp on my hand, but this logo was like on all of the walls. There were tables around the stage with lights on to kind of replicate the feel of this old vaudeville club based in Germany. And then we sat down, and Eddie Redmayne was literally like, if I'm here, and then Annabelle's here, Sally's here, my mum's here, he was like there. It was amazing. He came into the crowd and stuff and was like walking down the aisles, and he was just phenomenal, like above and beyond my expectations. And his character choices and his styling, like he just looked like a different person to who he is. Do you know what I mean? And there was one section where he went from being checking tickets on a train and then transforming into his original character, and it was like two different people on stage. That was how good he was. I cannot even explain it. And then there were two other really big actresses in the performance as well. So one of them was in a TV series called Frasier, which you're probably too young to know. I only know because it was one of my dad's favourites. But she also played the woman in, you know, the film How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? She played like head of the magazine. She was in it, and she was phenomenal. And then there was also another girl who was in, God, what was she in? She was in House of the Dragon, and she was one of the lead females, and she was phenomenal as well. And we just came out and we were just in shock. It was just incredible. So that was amazing. And then today we've just kind of gone shopping, and it was supposed to be a rainy day, but if you could see, let me show you. It's literally picture perfect. The sun is shining. It looks stunning. Look. So it's supposed to be raining today, but we've had clear blue skies all day. So it's been another opportunity to just go out and explore and have an amazing time when shopping. I'm gonna do a little mini haul of the bits that I purchased shortly, because even food, like the snacks here are just insane. Did I show you these the other day? Because they're just amazing. I went for the Small Batch Wonders dairy-free dark chocolate sea salted caramel bites, and they're almost gone. So I was gonna get them to kind of try one now and then take the rest home for Lewis. There's none left for Lewis, so we need to get him some more. I'll give you a little food haul now because the bits and bobs that we found are just 10 out of chocolate related. But anyway, this is a salted maple almond butter by Justin's. 10 out of 10, I've been having that on my porridge every morning. We also found almond butter cups that I've got for a little snackette on the go. This brand is called Unreal, and let me tell you, they are unreal. So these are like coconut bounty bars. We've also found dark chocolate crispy quinoa gems, but they literally are Smarties. They taste just like healthy dark chocolate Smarties. And then we also found some peanut butter cups to enjoy as well. So thank you, Whole Foods. Good morning, how is everyone? It is, what day is it today? Thursday? I've lost all track of days, time, everything. So it's Thursday morning in New York City, and we are very sad because our friends Annabelle and Sally have left us. They are heading home early today, and we have 3 more days, well 2.5 days left in the city to explore. We had our emotional goodbyes this morning because it has just been the most incredible 6 days so far, and Mum and I are now heading into some of our favourite areas. So I feel like we did kind of everything we wanted to do with the girls, all the touristy things, all the glamorous things, all of the amazing activities, like once in a lifetime experiences. And now the next few days are just going to be hopping back to the spots that we absolutely loved. When we did our walk to West Village a couple of days ago and the meatpacking district, we walked across something called the High Line, which is an old railway that they've converted into a footpath, and it's stunning. So we're going to walk that again and find a restaurant called ABC Vegan, which is like a really beautiful brunch spot. They do loads of vegan pastries, and we've been really highly recommended that. So we're going to walk there, and then there's something, we want to do some of the viewpoints because the girls have done that like a million gajillion times. We're going to do the One Summit Vanderbilt, which is kind of an art installation and a viewpoint of the city. So we're going to do that today, and then just kind of see where the city takes us. So we're going to have a mummy-daughter day, strolling around, getting lost in the city, and I'm very excited about it. But it's just not going to be the same without the other two. Right there is where Friends was filmed. Guys, we've had the best day. Oh my god, it's been so lovely. I mean, it's not the best day because Sally and Annabelle aren't here, but we've had such wonderful times. We got up this morning, we actually needed to wash our hair because my hair was so greasy, it was disgusting. And then we walked to the High Line, so I think I mentioned that we were doing that this morning. Anyway, we walked all the way to go to ABC Vegan, and I could not believe it. We got there at 10:30 and breakfast stops at 10:30, so we'd literally just missed the cutoff. So we're gonna have to go back there tomorrow or Saturday or something. But anyway, we literally thought on our feet. I was like, it's fine. I had loads of recommendations on Instagram and I'd put them out in my notes in terms of like the ones we really wanted to hit. So I literally just found the closest one to us. So we went to a place called The Butcher's Daughter, realised that I filmed absolutely nothing because by the time we got there it was like 11 and I was so freaking hungry. Ended up having a kale Caesar, which was like a vegan Caesar salad with breadcrumbs and fake parmesan, and it was really, really tasty, and I got it with tofu on top. Mum got a croissant filled with egg. It was like an omelette. It looked amazing, to be fair, with avocado, egg, kale in a croissant instead of like a bun, and she said it was absolutely delicious. From there we just walked around Soho. So Soho's a really beautiful part of town where there's beautiful fire escapes. And I know that sounds stupid, but on the side of the buildings they're just really aesthetic. We went to a place called Levain Cookies, which have been highly recommended, and they were what you saw in the kind of montage, that the big chunky rock cookies. They have a vegan gluten-free option that is dark chocolate and walnut, and let me tell you, it does not taste vegan or gluten-free. They were absolutely stunning. And then we got the subway to One Vanderbilt building building, which is a viewpoint. Now everyone was kind of recommending going to the Empire State Building, but we kind of wanted to see the Empire State Building from the view. So we went up, and there's this whole experience across 3 floors, and we booked our tickets last night in advance because the queue's quite long. Go up, and then that's what you saw with all of like silver balls, the mirror area. It was bloody roasting though. If you're going on a sunny day, I would just say wear layers that you can strip off because it was boiling up there as like a heat box. And also another tip, mum gets, bless her, so claustrophobic. So as we were in the queue and she could see more and more people going into kind of this ticket area where it was leading kind of into the elevators to go up to the top, she was like, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. I was like, it's fine. Let's ask someone how long the elevator is, and then you and I can count the seconds together and then feel at ease. And she was like, okay. So we met this lovely man that worked there called Lewis, and he was like, look, just tell someone by the lifts that you get claustrophobic and they'll be able to look after you. So anyway, we did. They gave us our own lift up to the top, and mum was like, oh my goodness, she almost cried, bless her. She was like, oh my goodness, I really didn't think I was going to make it up there. It just made the experience so easy, and she was just like, oh my god, that was amazing. And so really grateful for that. And then it wasn't too crowded up there because it's over 3 levels, so we ended up having such an amazing experience. So if ever you feel claustrophobic or anxious about something like that, I definitely recommend, if you are going to One Summit, just to let one of the members of staff know, because they were absolutely brilliant. We have just picked up a salad from a place called Sweet Green, and we've brought that back for dinner because we are exhausted. When I say we've done like between 15,000 and 30,000 steps every single day since we've been here, we are pooped. We are actually going to have a really chilled, lovely evening. We've got loads of sweet treats from Whole Foods that I showed you yesterday to enjoy. The last few days have felt like a movie. And one thing that mum and I have said is these have been our friends for God, since I was 4, so literally 24 years. They've been in my life longer than they haven't, and just being in their company has been so easy, and I felt so safe to be myself. We've spent 6 entire days with them, and I still feel like there's more we could talk about. And I think sometimes as I'm getting older, I've realised that some people's energy makes you feel a little bit hungover, and they're not your true core friends, do you know what I mean? There's just people in your life that are always going to charge you up and make you feel like the best possible version of yourself, and Sally and Annabelle are just that. Like, it literally makes me want to cry. We literally cried when they left today because it's been the perfect trip. Like, I can't get over how incredible it's been, and I've dreamed of coming here for so long. New York Minute, Sex and the City, Gossip Girl, all of these different series and films that have been set here. I've always been like, oh, I'd love to go to New York. And now we're here, and it's just surpassed my expectations because we've had the best possible company and the best possible tour guides. It's just been beyond special. So yeah, I'm gonna pull my shit together. Oh, I'm just so grateful to be here. But yeah, pull my shit together, and then actually I'll show you what I bought from Sephora, because I know there's Sephora in the UK, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. I'll show you some of the bits that I'm taking home with me and kind of restocked some of my empties from home. I did a conversion online and I have actually saved money, so we love to see it. Okay, let me show you the goods. So there's a few things that I've got in London that I absolutely adore. So I bought the Daily Microfoliant from Dermalogica in a mini just before Christmas, and it's so good. I wanted like an abrasive exfoliator that feels like I'm really scrubbing off the dead skin cells rather than like a liquid acid one. And this is so good to do before your makeup. It literally makes you feel like your skin is a baby's bum. So when you're applying makeup on top of it, the moment you put on moisturiser, it just glides on like silk. My friend Sasha recently recommended, I think this is the right one, the extra large bombshell volumizer. I'm hoping it's the right one. I'm gonna try this out. This is by Colour Wow, which is a brand that I know and love and use a lot for the prepping of my hair anyway. Then I stocked up on Olaplex minis because they were cheaper in the US than they were at home. They are my go-to shampoo and conditioner for before I'm styling hair, and also they help it feel thicker and fuller, which is great. I needed me a new eyebrow pencil, and my favourite eyebrow pencil is Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade medium brown. I have caved to the hype, and I got 2 Summer Fridays lip balms. I actually got 3. I got this the first time I went to Sephora a couple of days ago, and I'm obsessed with it. It's the Vanilla Butter Balm. So I actually made sure I got a second one because I know I'm gonna get through it quite quickly, and it's quite clear, it's lovely, and it tastes amazing, and it makes your lips feel super soft. And then I saw this one at checkout, which is a pink sugar, and I'm hoping it's coloured pink. Oh, it is. It's like a soft pinky colour. Oh my god, smell that. That smells...
Oh, that smells lovely.
That smells amazing. Should have got 2 of those. You best believe the hype. What else have we got in here? I got a Patrick Tar lipstick, which I've already used. It's stunning. It goes really well with MAC Soar lip liner. I also got a Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner in the shade... Is it Flushed? Oh. muted mauve, which is more of like a brownie. I feel like my default is pink, but I went for a little brownie one. I got my favourite Charlotte Tilbury lip kit in a miniature, so it's the same lipstick and lip liner that I know and love, but in a smaller size, because I've got a lot of mini handbags and the lip liners and lipsticks just take up a lot of space, so I thought this was a brilliant purchase. And on the miniature theme, I got my favourite translucent setting powder in a miniature as well, because how cute is that in a little handbag, rather than having to take away the big bulky one, a tiny little miniature. Buzzing about that, so I think I've done quite well. I mean, I love Sephora, and it's not something that I would actively go to in London, so I actually really enjoyed it. I feel like you need about 4 hours in there though, don't you? Because there's so many brands that I've just never even heard of.
I found it quite overwhelming.
It was quite overstimulating. There's also lots of teenagers running around being like, have you got Summer Fridays? And just like pushing everyone out the way, wasn't there? Anyway, very happy with my purchases. We now need to put our feet up, don't we? Exhausted. My sweet green salad is kale, quinoa, olives, tomato, charred corn, tofu, and broccoli and chickpeas. And then I got the pesto vinaigrette. And this is our sunset this evening. Oh my god, the sky here is just incredible. Look at that. Overslept. Oh my god, look at me. I'm literally in manic panic to get ready. We're getting the subway to the 9/11 Memorial Museum, and our tickets, look at this. Our tickets are booked for 10 o'clock and it's currently 9:15 and we're supposed to leave at 8:50. So I literally need to get dressed, run out the door, and hope for the best that they let us in. We're hoping it's a similar situation to yesterday, where we have our ticket for our allotted time, but then there's a queue, so that we can just join the back of the queue and hope and pray for the best. So we will see in a bit. Chickpea hummus with some crudités and then an ancient grain pita bread, which is warm, and it looks delicious. And then we went for the roasted market asparagus with like a vegan lemon hollandaise. And then this is the green spaghetti that we've got with the cheese on the side for mum. And it comes with kale, broccoli, arugula, and arugula means rocket here, doesn't it? Arugula and breadcrumbs. Hello team, we are back. I actually started filming some of the memorial exhibition, and then the further into it we got, more it felt a bit inappropriate, didn't it? But we really wanted to do the museum to get a better understanding, one, of what happened, because although we kind of lived through it, well, I was 5, it just gave it a deeper understanding and depth into the actual events of the day. It was just harrowing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very upsetting.
There was one particular part of the exhibition that I wasn't actually keen for, because it was a 12-minute video, do you remember? And you were like, we should watch this. And I felt so heavy from the amount that we'd consumed that I was just like, no, I don't want to watch a 12-minute video. But I'm so glad we did, because it was about all of the sailors and the coast guards and anyone in close proximity who had a boat that helped over 500,000 people evacuate Manhattan, because obviously it's an island surrounded by the Hudson and water. No one knew that it was just the 2 towers being attacked. So everyone was literally fearing for their lives, and it shared the accounts of probably 4 or 5 different individuals throughout the video, sharing how they helped and what they witnessed, and it was really uplifting to hear how humanity came together. Oh yeah, they closed all the subways,
all the bridges were closed.
Bridges were closed, motorways were closed, the only way off the island was the boats. There was one stat in the video, and it was more lives were saved in 9 hours than across 9 days in Dunkirk.
Oh, that was right.
Which I thought was fascinating, and apparently the Coast Guard made made one call, and people who have sailed around New York their entire lives have never seen so many boats, and it saved 500,000 people, which I think was just incredible. I wish we'd done that last, because then it goes into another exhibition that is really, really heavy because it shares voicemails, and we left feeling just really heavy, didn't we? But I think what they've done,
beautifully done.
yeah, it's beautifully done. Even the memorial outside, obviously paying tribute to the lives that were lost. The scale of it is both terrifying and spectacular, if that's the right way to describe it. And the way that they've got the memorials, flowing water, you almost can't hear any noise around other than being present and quiet. I'm really, really glad we did it, but yeah, it was quite haunting. So after that, we then walked towards the river, and we found a beautiful pier for lunch, and it was called the Tin Building. We knew that we wanted to go to ABC Vegan yesterday, and I researched, and they have another site on the river not too far from where we were, so we walked. It was about a 15-minute walk, and I'm so glad we went to this one because it was in this gorgeous building that was kind of downstairs was a market hall with lots of different food stalls, from everything from fresh produce to a bakery to a sandwich place to a patisserie to an ice cream parlour, and then upstairs there were different restaurants, and we found ABC Vegan, and Mum and I shared 3 plates, and they were absolutely delicious. And then from there, it was about 3 o'clock when we were finished, wasn't it?
It was.
Because we just had like a really slow mooch around and explored downstairs afterwards. I actually really wanted to hunt down a vegan croissant, but couldn't, unfortunately. That we decided to come back closer to where we're staying, and we went to Whole Foods. We're flying home tomorrow, but we're not being picked up until 4:30, so we have a whole day tomorrow. So we just thought, why not get settled this evening? We got some really yummy bits from Whole Foods, some of their fresh kind of cook section. Have some dinner in tonight, pack, check in, get completely settled, and then tomorrow just get up and go, leave out our airport outfit, get up and go, and have an amazing last day in New York. And I'm really sad that it's come to an end because this trip has just been incredible, but I think we want to have a nice big lunch and have a beautiful last day in the New York sunshine. Good morning. It is our last day here in New York City, and I'm not happy about it. We are very sad to be leaving. We have definitely grown accustomed to this fantastic lifestyle. We've had a slow morning, but because the sun is out, we're thinking we're gonna head to Central Park. We're gonna grab a coffee, go for a walk. It was a week ago that we were there. The time has literally flown. We're gonna go for a little walk around Central Park. There's a beautiful boating lake with a seating area all around it. So we're hoping to find a spot there, sit and have a coffee, and then we are gonna come back here to pack up everything, tidy up the space, and then very sadly make our way to JFK. And we still have 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. We still have 7 hours in New York, so let's go make the most of it. So pretty. Brings our vlog to a very, very sad end. We've packed up. Our taxi is outside waiting to take us to the airport. We are very sad about it. We found the most amazing bagel place called Towels. They had literally mounds of different flavoured cream cheeses or creamy tofus, and it was just sensational, absolutely delicious. And now we are heading home, but thank you so much for watching this video. Honestly, I just fell in love with this city, and as I knew I would, and I'm just really grateful to have shared it with some of my oldest, dearest friends. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and sending you loads of love, and I'll see you next Saturday with another video. Bye.